Hey Libra, thank you for being here. This is Dawn Burgeons, Dawn Burgeons Tarot. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Cards have been pre-shuffled. I decrease so spirit may increase with messages of synchronicity, affirmations, and enlightenment for the sign of Libra. Thank you, Spirit. What is Libra's current energy at the moment? What is Libra's current energy at the moment? Shoot. The Emperor popped out. I typically don't take pop outs, but we can just keep that at the back of our minds. I'll keep him here. Because I do feel like that kind of leapt out at me. Can I get one more for Libra? What is going on with Libra at the moment? What is Libra's current energy? Good grief. I'm clumsy, and that's why I don't take pop outs, because you know how that goes. So we have the Devil, and we have Temperance as well. Wow. What a contrast. Cap and Sag. Cap and Sag, two major arcana cards. So this is some pretty intense stuff right off the bat. I feel like there's someone who is attached to someone or something, and it is just not working out in their favor, or someone that has been attached to someone or something. It has become a detriment. It has become something that feels like they don't really know the way out, even though there are obvious ways out of the situation. It may not be as apparent, because sometimes when we're in a situation of toxicity or just mess, sometimes the exit isn't always in flashing neon light. Sometimes it's something that we have to kind of sift through the fog and the smoke to kind of get to. But yeah, someone is attached to someone or something. This Temperance card, of course, is about being in tune to spirit. It's about being, it's about a certain level of patience. But I also feel like this person or whoever is attached to this situation, they're getting very antsy, like their patience is running thin in this situation. And just for the record, like, I don't do reversals typically. It's just like whenever I'm reading, however I'm gravitated in that spread, low vibrational, high vibrational, whichever end of the spectrum it may be, it all just kind of reveals itself. And it's like this Temperance card, for example. I'm feeling like this Temperance card is someone that is kind of out of balance right now. Like and their patience is wearing thin. They're ready to get to this place, but something is holding them back. Something is a hindrance, or an anchor of some kind. So let's see what this is. Spirit, I decrease so you may increase. Messages for the sign of Libra. Please clarify this Devil and Temperance card for the sign of Libra. What does Libra need to know? Please clarify. Please clarify. Okay, so we have the Earth energy, the Hermit, and we have that World card. So we have Virgo thrown in the mix now, and wow, all major arcana. So yeah, so that's what I was saying. This is pretty intense. Jeez. Wow. This is really big picture, and it's like I'm feeling like this Hermit energy is, this is where, this is the energy that this particular person is trying to meander their way to, or this is just spirit saying, okay, it's time to fall back. It's time to kind of be alone for a while. Get away from this obstruction and this hindrance and kind of get back to elemental, get back to your, get back to self, into prioritizing yourself as an individual. It's time to reflect. It's time to go over some things that may be out of alignment, and in order to get them back on par. This can be a varying degree of different circumstances. I'm feeling like for some people, this is absolutely a relationship that is very toxic. I'm feeling like there is a lot of just a lot of people are involved. It may be a situation of infidelity. I'm feeling like, and this is just for like one or a few people, I'm feeling like there are people like you're with someone and it's like the people that they kind of commingle with, or they share a lot of their time with. These people are not your tribe. Like, you're not really feeling these people. They're people that are very unfavorable. You don't like their energy. It's just a very uncomfortable feeling. For some people, this could be, and it's not could be, for some people, this is an addiction of some kind that is, they're trying to break free from. But it's, of course, as it goes with that, that's definitely not an easy obstacle to overcome. This World card, nonetheless, this World card is a card of completion, and I'm feeling it at its highest vibe. I feel like the situation that is occurring for people, or for the Libras that are dealing with this, and who this applies to, there is definitely a light at the end of this tunnel, a very shining, beaming light at the end of this tunnel. There is work to do, but you're divinely guided, so don't be afraid to tackle these challenges. Because you are kept. But first, you just have to identify, the issues that are going on. You have to acknowledge it. You have to see it for what it is. Quit making excuses for these people, or this particular person that you're with. Quit trying to rationalize it. Don't stay, it's never good to stay with someone. Not understand in certain situations, you may be tied to a particular person because you don't have anything else or anyone else. You kind of like, there may be a situation of codependency. In which case, it's just time to start making your exit strategy. You don't have to necessarily put it all out there. It may be something where you're kind of afraid to just, you may be afraid of the person, or that there could be some sort of like mental hold that someone has over you. But it's good to move in silence. Sometimes you don't have to necessarily let people know all of the moves you're making. You don't have to be fully transparent. Just move in silence and start making your plan of action to break free, so that way when you're gone, you never have to look back and they'll never be able to find you. I'm inclined to say that for some people. And then for other people, it just could be addicted to the drama. Some people just are, these relationships, they become so tumultuous, and then a lot of times, people fight. They may cuss each other out. They may just, it's a slippery slope, and then they make up and things are good and very fiery and passionate, and it kind of brings them back in. But that's just not what your life is meant to be. That's not what is in alignment for you or your life. I feel like this Temperance card, it's time to kind of get back in balance, or if you've never had that balance before, it's time to find it. This particular Temperance card, oh wow, I never even noticed that. But anyways, but yeah, there is a lighthouse in the back. There are hills behind this particular individual, and there's a lighthouse in the back. So there may be hills to climb, but they're you're able to conquer them. And then the path ahead is carved for you, but you have to make a choice to kind of remove yourself from this situation that you're in. Even though you kind of rationalize it and make it seem like, okay, this is going to be too hard to do, it's really not. It's more of the mental aspect of it is more challenging than the actuality and the physical aspect of it. Can I get what does Libra need to do? Like, what action does Libra need to take right now regarding this particular situation? Okay, so we have the Lover's card. Something flew out. What was that? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Okay. That was the Nine of Cups that flew out. And again, you know, I don't really take pop-outs, but we'll keep that at the back of our minds, too. So we have the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. Oh, wait, what did I... Oh, yeah, the Lovers. Gemini. Have choices to make, you know. Our actions have consequences. Choices have consequences. We have to weigh out all of the possibilities when we're making these decisions. Can I get one more? What action does Libra need to take right now? Okay, and then we have Ten of Wands. Sag. So, once you finally say, okay, enough is enough, this is getting me nowhere, you know, I'm sure if you look back, and you know, from where you started out to this point, especially in something that has not been very fulfilling overall, or that has not been very productive, it's like, wow, there's been so much time wasted where I could have been doing something else, or investing my time into someone else. So this Lover's card is saying, okay, it's time to make a choice. And for some people, that choice may be to kind of stay where you're at. Some people try to, you know, do self-help, or try to get help, or try to talk it out. In certain dynamics, because I feel like for certain people, this may not be as extreme as others. So, but if this is a situation where you've been with this person for a while, it's kind of insanity to continue trying to fight this battle with the same tactics over and over again, especially if it's getting you nowhere. You know, like, you can only talk so much. A person can only apologize so much. You guys can only make up just to go back down that same slippery slope again so much. So after a while, it just becomes insanity. You know how they say, even though it's technically not the textbook definition, but I think it's Einstein's definition of insanity, just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So yeah, there are choices that need to be made. If you decide to make an exit, I feel like this is and this Emperor and Nine of Cups, again, like I said, I don't really take pop-outs, but it's the way in which they kind of popped out that's kind of, it keeps kind of getting my attention, and I keep kind of like looking at these cards. But I feel like this is the energy that is kind of outlined for you. It's kind of like this is your divinity. Like, this is you in your high vibration aspect. Like, you're with this Emperor energy. And of course, you know, it's not about gender. In some cases it could be, but it's not the case all the time. And this Nine of Cups energy, Aries and Pisces, I feel like this is what is meant for you in this situation. I feel like the person that you are with, or kind of wasting your time with, this person is because this Emperor in this particular vibe, he's just like, he takes care of business. Like, he's just all around, like he takes care of business on in every aspect and every facet. You know, I mean, he may be a little bit, you know, sometimes he can be a little rough around the edges, but the right person can kind of, you know, strike a chord with him. He's not just so like stuck in his way where he can't bend for the person that he loves. And this Nine of Cups, this is the love that, like, this is abundance. It's not the Ten of Cups, because there's still, there's still work to do as far as, like I say, for yourself, within yourself, before you can really attain that, like, that Ten of Cups energy. You know what I mean? I feel like that spirit just saying, okay, get yourself together and find your own happiness, and then in doing so, it'll bring in the right person. It'll attract the right person. But as long as you're stuck to this, like, y'all may break up for a minute and then y'all are right back together, and it's the same kind of stuff. And the Ten of Wands energy, of course, is just saying that all you have to do is say the word, and then your issue, and I'm not saying all of your issues are just immediately resolved or dissolved, but the brunt of it, the core of it, it starts chipping away and it starts breaking down bit by bit. And then, in time, because it takes time to kind of rebuild from that. So of course there are going to be little, bumps in the road, things you have to kind of navigate, but the worst will be over, and you'll be able to think more clearly and how you want to move forward with this situation. But let me, can I clarify this Lovers and the Ten of Wands, please? What action does Libra need to take at this moment? Thank you, Spirit. I do think so, Spirit, may increase. Okay, clarify this Lovers and the Ten of Wands for Libra. I don't take reversals. The deck was just upside down. So. Okay. One more for the sign of Libra. So we have Prince of Cups and we have the Strength card. Aquarius, Pisces, and Leo. So this for me is indicative to new love coming in. This is someone who is kind of extremely counterintuitive to what you've been accustomed to. This person is someone new. He's someone refreshing. If you notice in this depiction, this Prince of Cups, he is trudging through the sand. There are tentacles that are kind of emerging from the water and the sand around him. But he's not letting nary a nothing get in the way of his destination. He is on his way to offer his love to the person that he loves. They're completely unbothered. It's just a temporary, it's not even a setback. It's something that has happened. He notices it probably, or maybe he doesn't. But either way, it's not stopping him. He's so focused on where he's going. So this is the type of person that you deserve. Someone who is willing to trudge through tentacle-filled waters and sand to get to you. Not someone who is holding you back and holding you down and with and oppressing you, and it's weird. And I can't even say that this person is doing those things, because we have choices in our own lives. We make choices, like this Lover card. This Lover's card represents. So I can't even put it on this person. You've made the choice to be in this situation. Now, if it's someone who's using like tactics like abuse, abusive tactics and stuff like that, then that's an entirely different beast, and I really hope that you can get the help you need if things are that intense. Because in that instance, it quite literally is someone that's strongholding us into a situation, and I hope that's not applicable to anyone out there. But if this is something where it's just like you're just kind of stuck in this routine with this person or this drama, it's just time to make the choice to remove yourself from it, because this Prince of Cups is what is for you. This is what you deserve. Someone who is willing to come in and put in the effort to show you love, you know, to be, you know, they're charming, they value you, they're a very free and loving and generous person. And this may be something new to them as well, you know, but it's like you guys can kind of start over together if you choose to, because a lot of times when you get out of something, you know, you're not just ready to jump into the next thing. But if you do decide to do so, just be mindful. Because of course, with this Lovers card again, it's about making choices and owning everything that comes with those choices. So you have to look at the broader spectrum of everything. You can't just take things for face value. You can't just look at things like when we first get with someone and they put on airs, put on that front and that facade because they're trying to win you over. And then we just hurry up and jump into this thing because we feel like we have this, you know, this queen or this king, you know, and they're just so this and that. But then you get to know them after time has passed and it's like, oh my God, like this is not what it is. Or they have just so many different layers that you couldn't see before. So it's about giving things time. And the Strength card, it is, of course, I mean, textbook, like 101. It's being able to, staying in control of the situation. It's staying in control of your situation specifically. Not letting anyone gaslight or manipulate you. It's about being determined and not letting anything that has happened or your past or anything like that define you or shape your future. It's about taming how we react to certain things. Because like if this is a situation that's been like full of drama and stuff like that, you don't have to react or get on the level with this person to continue kind of festering that, you know, like the best revenge to get on someone is just letting them see you in your highest vibe. When a person knows that they literally have no effect over you mentally or physically, that's the most nagging thing to a person. If you're engaging, I don't care if you're cussing this person out and you feel like you're really sticking it to them, they're still winning because they know that they have you. I'm sorry, I have to answer this. I'm going to pause this just for 1 minute. Okay, I apologize. That was my daughter. She's at work. She has this job. Like she got this job behind the house at this little grocery store in the plaza. So I saw her number pop up and I had to answer. And I'm not going to edit it out because my editing app, it takes so long just to edit out a couple of seconds. So whatever gets put out there, it just gets put out there. But anyways, I don't even know what I was saying now. But yeah, so don't let anyone, I don't know what I was saying. Sorry. But you get what I'm saying because I rambled on a lot. So I'm sure I've pretty much covered. Can I get a couple more cards, please? Just to surmise this reading, please, for Libra. The Ten of Wands, yeah, you are, all of this could be over in an instant and you can be on to the next best thing. Not even the next best thing because this isn't considered a good thing. You can be, it's time for you to find your happiness. This Nine of Cups energy that popped out on you is it's definitely time for you to be happy, for you to know what true happiness means, because I don't think this situation has even framed that. You know, it's become such a, I don't know, like it's a big blip, you know, on the kind of outline of your life. It's just like it's taken something from you, that spark, and it's like you don't really know what true happiness is. It's like just to have a moment of peace, or it could be one of those situations where it's like your relationship is just so intense, you know, it's hard to really sift through or to really kind of yeah, I mean, it's hard to really know what happiness really even means anymore within a union or even within yourself, because, you know, it's affected you. Even when, you know, we're trying to be strong and we're trying to be as high vibrational as possible, it's like these things that kind of that we engage in, they chip away at us kind of on a subconscious level, and before we know it, it's like we're lost, you know. So we need to get nip that in the bud before it gets too out of control. But So yeah, let's see what's... Let's get a couple of more cards for the sign of Libra to surmise this and see what all of this means for Libra. Thank you, Spirit. Can I get one more for Libra? One more card. Sum this reading up. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Four of Cups. So we have some fire energy, we have Cancer. So what this is suggesting to me is definitely it's time for a new energy. This fire card for me is just like, you know, this relationship, even though it sucked, or this situation has sucked, whatever, if this is like some sort of addiction, you know, just going through that and being kind of entrapped and feeling hostage to something that you feel like you have very little control over, it can be very disheartening. But this Ace of Wands is like saying to me that you've taken, as horrible as it's been, it's like you've taken something from that, you know, and that's what these experiences do. We learn from them, we grow from them, we take the lessons and the experience from them. And so this Ace of Wands with that fire, you know, it's like you're taking that fire and you're burgeoning it, and you are transferring it into something else that is potential, is prospects, it's a new lease on life, you know. You haven't let it consume you. You haven't been consumed by this fire on this Devil card. On the Devil card that preceded this, you haven't been consumed by it, but you've taken it and you have flipped it into something that is meaningful, that is going to be an asset, an attribute to the rest of your life. You know, if you let it, again, it's about free will, exploring something new that means something to you, something that makes you feel something authentically, because you've been so numb. It's like you haven't been afraid to feel. It's like these people, they're sitting butt naked next to a fire, but they aren't flinching, like they don't, you know, they're not writhing in pain. Their faces are just expressionless, like they're numb. And the woman and the man, they're both just, well, you see, yeah, like they're both just kind of looking up or looking out, just kind of despondent, you know, like they can't feel this fire singeing them, that they can't feel that heat because they've become so accustomed to it, and they just feel trapped. But yeah, this is but yeah, it hasn't consumed you, and it's time for a new day. It's time to take these to flip the situation into a positive, for the better. And this Four of Cups is like, you know, what you're receiving now is just not enough, you know. These little tokens of appreciation, like this particular Four of Cups, you know, this person is very isolated. There are cups that are kind of around this figure, and if you notice, it's like, and there's a rose that's kind of like popping up from this ledge. And I'm not really sure if he's removing this cup or if he's covering it up. I feel like he's covering it up. I feel like it means so very little to this person. It's just not enough, like what they've been giving. They feel like they've worked harder, like they've put in more than what they've been giving. They feel alone. These cups feel very empty, they're not really beneficial. This person doesn't know what to do with them, you know. But this little slither in betwixt the stars and the moon and the sky. It's symbolic to spirit. It's spirit is saying that I'm here, like you're never really alone. And I too know that this is not enough. I understand, but you have a choice to make. You can't just wallow. You can't just take it. You have to make the effort, because spirit can only guide you so much. It's kind of like this Temperance card suggests. It's about spirit and it's about the 3D. Spirit has you, that's a given. So like, what are you gonna do? You have to stay in tune to what's going on. You can't go too far one way or the other. You have to stay in perfect harmony and kind of simultaneously put those two aspects together in order to get the best outcome for your life and your situation, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to grab a couple of cards from the Sacred Creators Oracle. Okay, so this first card, number 47, it says the now. The now. It doesn't say tomorrow. It doesn't say 2 weeks from now, but it says the now. In this moment, what is it that you want to do? Like this Lover's card is suggesting, like this is something that you've been kind of probably mulling over, is what I'm getting for a while, but at some point it's time to you're going to have to make the decision. You can't just keep thinking about it or like kind of envisioning it. You have to, make a plan. So what is your plan in this moment? And this says light in the unexpected. Light in the unexpected. So like we were saying, with this Devil card, even though things are grim or may feel that way, there's still something to get from the situation, no matter how detrimental it can be or it has been. Even if it's just a lesson, something that'll prevent this type of outcome in the future. You know what to avoid. You're a much stronger person. You know the type of person that you're not going to deal with anymore. It's like it's just certain things that we get from these circumstances. So light in the unexpected, and I feel like that is the light in the unexpected, is being able to, because it's the lessons that we learn throughout our experiences, because there are some people who have never really been through anything, who are walking around just completely oblivious, but that's not you. I feel like you have this World card. That is what you are aspiring to, and that is what Spirit has for you. That is your precipice, the fulfillment of getting over all of these hurdles. The World, of course, that's the last card in the major arcana. So you started out as a fool, not knowing nothing, and you've gone through challenges and trials, tribulations, but you've come out on top and a winner. And this is what Spirit has for you, without question. But you have to be willing to accept and receive that. So just these experiences, once you get to this place of fulfillment, it's like the things that you've gone through is going to make this so much better. You know what I mean? It's going to be such a story to tell. There are people who are just set up for life, but it's like they don't even realize like how good they have it. They've never had to deal with anything. They've never had to go through anything, so they can't fully appreciate their circumstances, and they squander it, and they're just kind of haphazard and flippant about it. But you appreciate everything that you've been able to overcome everything that you've gone through and the situations that have molded you. And you're never going back to that because you're in your abundance, you're in your happy place, your safe space, and you're not going back down that toxic road and that devil energy of bondage. So that's what I have for you today, Libras. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is my first video being posted, so trial and error. I may be rambling, and all of this may not even be fully as cognizant, of course, as it would be if we were one-on-one, you know, because I am, again, learning to disassociate myself from the camera and the recording aspect of it. It's something totally new to me. I'm not even a social media person. Like, I'm such an introverted person. So these are things that I'm kind of familiarizing myself with, but I look forward to you kind of going on this journey with me and getting more familiar with me, and I'm getting more familiar with you, whoever you may be. And the channel, it'll only go up from this point, you know, and things will become a lot more cohesive as we proceed. So again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.